When maintaining your daily wellness rituals is important to you, the change in routine during the summer can feel daunting. Kachava's new travel packs help you stick to your daily ritual, even when you're on the go. Just one packet of Kachava's all-in-one nutrition shake provides complete nutrition with 25 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, greens, adaptogens, and much more. So you'll be fueled and ready for wherever life or your summer adventures take you. No fillers, no nonsense. Just the good stuff your body craves. Plus, it actually tastes delicious. But you can try it for yourself because the Variety Pack includes all 6 delicious fan favorites: chocolate, vanilla, chai, matcha, coconut acai, and strawberry. So instead of worrying about sticking to your daily ritual, simplify it with Kachava. Go to Kachava.com and use code FITNESS for 15% off. That's KACHAVA.com, code FITNESS.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Good to have you on board today. Thanks for watching on YouTube TV. Thanks for listening on Sirius XM Channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our affiliates across the country. We'll get some live betting tips from Kelly Bidlin, one of the co-hosts on our great podcast here at VSiN called Long Shots. That's coming up at the bottom of the hour. In 15 minutes, we'll get to Week 1, National Football League. All the games are up. All of the point spreads, totals are out. And I can tell you right now, there's going to be a team that's way too popular Week 1 in Survivor.
There's only 3 games where teams laying a touchdown.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on what I've seen, what one book put out, yeah.
How about 6 teams are playing Thanksgiving and Christmas?
This is nuts.
Oh.
Survivor's going to be a bear.
Yes, it is.
Because, number one, the matchups are fantastic, which makes it difficult. And the fact that a lot of the teams that are playing both Christmas and Thanksgiving, it's going to be a bear.
Can't wait to watch the entire schedule release later on tonight. And VSiN Primetime following us. Definitely have that tuned in. And now, by the way, on YouTube TV, you can have VSiN as part of your multi-view option as well, because Tim and Matt will be talking about it from a betting perspective, obviously. And what better way to talk about the schedule than that? I will give you some. These are up right now, and you can shop around. Different books are going to have different numbers. But some of the numbers I'm looking at for the conference finals in the NBA, did you see these yet?
I just know what Jeff Sherman said.
Okay. The Knicks are minus 250 against the Cavaliers.
Sherman makes him $3.
Okay.
Paul Bovey's on the show tomorrow. Knicks season ticket holder. Wants to play Cleveland in the worst way.
I don't blame him.
See what he says tomorrow.
Now, what do you make of this? Offshore, the Knicks minus 150 against the Pistons. Detroit would have home court. What did Sherman make them?
$1.75.
Well, I would lay $1.50 with New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
OG appears to be okay and be ready for game 1, which could be Sunday.
Okay. In the West, I'll give you Oklahoma City, Minnesota first. Oklahoma City would be minus 10,000.
Oh, the conference final.
In the conference final.
Oh, I didn't come this far just to come this far. Oh, no. Please, San Antonio win tomorrow.
Oh, please, just end the series already.
It should be over.
I know.
That's terrible.
What did Jeff make Oklahoma City against the Spurs? Did you ask him that question?
I didn't ask him that.
Okay, well, I'm looking right now at OKC minus 305.
I think the regular season matters. I think the fact that a young team went head-to-head against them and got the better of them 4 times is going to help them and know they can compete and what to expect and that they're better, or think they could think they're better after going 4-1 against them with the conference finals. I think that's big for a lot of these young guys on the team.
Yep. So I'm holding. I have a nice ticket. I got a couple units on the Spurs 18-1 to win the West. What's my play if the Thunder are a $3 favorite there?
You can bet the double, win game 1, win the series.
I've gotten carried out on that before, though.
I hope you don't have to go big. I hope you lose it.
I have PTSD on that from a couple years ago in the WNBA.
Can't lay a game and a half Could lose
Can't
both.
do that. No, I think I just got to lay the $3 or hope it's shorter than that at some other books.
Or don't do anything and hope you get game 1 or game 2.
I could do that as well. Or do I just I made, people are going to say, you made the bet, so why don't you stick with it? I could do that. It also, I would like to show a profit on that because it's a nice ticket for me. So we'll see at that point. I hope it comes out like minus 240. That could be wishful thinking on my part. But yeah, you're right. This series should have been like 5 games against the Wolves. We're not. Good email here from Rich in Canada, he loves betting hockey. He's got a great pulse on the Canadians. And he put us on, it didn't work last game with Suzuki, but he was all over Newhook as well. You're on Newhook tonight?
It's 1.5 at Will Hill. Shots on goal.
You can ladder him up to 4 or 5 if you'd like.
Again, 4, 5, or 5, 4, 4, 4 going back. Shots on goal.
And by the way, you can always email the show, ftm@vsin.com. Rich points out, now that Caulfield has his confidence back, Suzuki is going to look to pass first. Again, he's a Canadians fan, watches all their games. This is what Suzuki always does. Continue to pound Newhook, but now also look to Caulfield and look at Slabs. Go up to 3 with him. And then do the ladder with Hook.
Tough game. Haven't lost back-to-back games yet in the playoffs. See if they respond. I wouldn't have a lot of confidence in Pekka Luukkonen, although he played well in the last game. But then again, that fluke goal changed everything. And the fact that Montreal was atrocious on the power play. So, as Eddie would say, stay away from the garbage. Buffalo tried to lose the game with those stupid penalties. Mm-hmm. But Montreal couldn't take advantage. And now we have a series. And probably over 5.5 is the way to go. But I would give Montreal definitely the goaltending edge. And I want to see how Montreal responds. And they've done it all year long. And 4-0 off a loss here. So it's hard to pick from a side standpoint. I would lean Montreal and go under 6.5 alt. But Newhook over shots on goal definitely with what he's done.
I will point out that Seneca for Anaheim has scored the Ducks' first goal in 4 straight games, and Newhook has done it for 3 straight for the Canadians. You can get them around 9 or 10 to 1 to do that again. That's been about the average price in the last 3 and 4 games going back.
He's been great.
I think
Newhook's been great, and Seneca's
phenomenal.
been great.
The numbers tonight to me, I mean, it tells you the story that these are straight up pick'ems. So I'm not going to have an opinion on either side. I think what I might do is actually just bet both games to go to overtime. And if both get there, it's a great night. If you pop one of them, it's going to be a winning night doing that.
Not bad. As I mentioned earlier, 17-3 overrun first period for Anaheim in all 5 home playoff games. First period's gone over. Hearts allowed 2 goals or fewer 5 of the last 6. Vegas is 8-1 all time when they lead a series 3-2. I was watching the game when Eddie said it earlier, but Eddie said it on the broadcast during Game 2 in the first period that you have to love how you're playing and how this series is looking so far for Anaheim because they had outplayed them. Now, they should have won Game 1, but Hart stole it, but then they won Game 2 to even up the series, and that's why I thought they were the better team, but Vegas continues to win all these games when they're outplayed or win all the games that go to overtime. So I think we'll see a Game 7. I think Anaheim can do this, but see if Seneca does it again. And also what Eddie said, too, the power play is big because that's the power play got them through against Edmonton. And Vegas has a great kill, but it took them a while to get the power play going in this series. But as always, who stays out of the box, too, can determine what happens.
So which series is it where the first period's gone over every game?
Anaheim home games.
Anaheim
playoffs,
home games, okay.
Home games. The first round against Edmonton, every game went over first period.
Now, tonight, I think the Montreal-Buffalo game would be a good candidate for the first period to go under. Deadlocked at 2 apiece. I mean, with a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals on the line, the winner's going to obviously advance. Don't you just think it's going to be more defensive-minded, tight? Goals are going to be at a premium. They come out, it's going to be all defense right away. You give me under 1.5 on that, and you just walk out of there. Maybe that's another way to approach this, is what I did a couple of weeks ago in the first round, bet these games to go 0-0 first period.
Montreal Buffalo's got a couple quick ones.
I know.
In these games. That could be one thing that could get you as well. But I don't mind playing what you said with the overtime. 8 of 11 Montreal games decided by a goal. It's been crazy. That whole Tampa series was insanity.
Where are you at with the winner of this series going against Carolina?
I think they'd have a good series and a good opportunity.
Well, you're not.
But I'm totally sold, though, on Freddie.
That's exactly what I was
I'm
going
not
to say.
worried about Freddie. Everyone keeps pointing to the history, whether there could be an injury or that he won't keep this up, and what's happened with Carolina. But Freddie's been incredible. And the fact that every game, all 8 they have won, all 8 the opponent has stayed under their team total. Suffocating defense. I think they were number 2 in the league in goals scored. Great special teams. It's going to be difficult. Not impossible, but I think it'd be hopefully an entertaining series, but I would expect Carolina to prevail. I don't know about the West, though. I think Colorado's too good. So I saw Colorado would be $4 against Anaheim.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And $270 against Vegas, $280 against Vegas.
Wow.
But they've only lost once. They haven't lost at home. There's so much firepower. Now we got the right goalie back in there. After this Blackwood experiment's now over, Wedgwood comes in. He doesn't give up any. So between that, they were number 1 in goals scored and number 1 in fewest goals allowed. They do have a weak power play, which is surprising.
Yep.
But I don't think it's going to go well for whoever comes out of this series tonight against Colorado. And it's going to be hard to stop a Colorado-Carolina Cup final.
Update from the PGA Championship. Here's a move from Corey Connors, who is now tied at the top of the leaderboard. 3 under, he's through 13. We have 7 golfers right now currently at 3 under here on day 1 of the event. And we have a couple of other guys still on the course who are lurking. Shane Lowry, he was a monster price to finish in the top 10. He's 2 under through 12. And Patrick Reed, it looks like he just made a birdie, so he's 2 under through 12 as well. And you have some other golfers right now who are through 9. You got Schmidt, Smalley, and Stevens 2 under, and they are all through 9. So plenty of time left. Hell, those guys have half the course to go yet.
How bad was Rory again? Rory and DeChambeau were terrible, especially DeChambeau.
Did Rory finish the front 9 or the back 9? I think it was 4 consecutive bogeys that he had.
Yeah. I think it was the back.
Oh,
He's
man.
just set off the tee again. He's a nightmare off the tee.
Yeah. How he won the Masters was a borderline miracle.
Dan Strauss sent this over from VSiN about who our people played in the splash contest and golfers used by percentage.
Okay, beautiful.
It's surprising. Schauffele at the bottom. Fitzpatrick at the bottom. Thigala at the bottom. Harmon at the bottom. And Rory wasn't that popular either.
No.
And so Morikawa with playing his games.
NFL schedule's up next. We know the Week 1 slate, and I can already tell you which team's going to be far too popular in Survivor.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
All right, so we're going to get the entire NFL schedule tonight. Again, VSiN primetime. Matt Youmans, Tim Murray, they'll talk about it from a betting perspective the entire time. The Westgate here in Las Vegas, they did a great job posting all these numbers right now. I'll run down the Week 1 numbers here. We'll talk about some of the other games that came out as well. So y'all know Seahawks are 4.5 against the Patriots. That was out yesterday. On that neutral now, the Rams are 3 against the Niners in Australia. The Browns are playing at Jacksonville. Jags are -7. Who's going to be the Week 1 starter for Cleveland?
According to a source, the Browns asked to open up on the road, which leads him to believe Watson will start Week 1.
Because they don't want to deal with the fans at home?
Yeah.
Ah, come on. Jacksonville is 7. They are going to be a popular pick when it comes to Survivor contest, Paulie. But I don't
More
think
than the Chargers?
I'll tell you my team.
Okay.
I'll tell you my team. Chargers are going to be popular as well.
Yeah.
The Bengals are hosting the Buccaneers. Cincy is 3, 52.5. Hello. as you get Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield going at it. I would be inclined to look at Tampa plus the 3. Ravens are laying 3.5 against the Colts. The Falcons are catching 2 against the Steelers. We'll expand on the Steelers. I think there's a 5-week stretch where they play 4 primetime games.
It's a brutal schedule.
Yep.
The NFL better hope Aaron Rodgers signs.
Concur. Bills are 1.5 at the Texans. Give me Houston. I'll take.
They have rocked Allen's world the
100
last couple of times
Yep.
At home. Yes.
Bears are 2.5 at Carolina.
That seems short.
The Bryce Young trade, I would agree.
Uh-huh.
The Jets are catching 2.5 at the Titans. There is going to, I'm going to call it a sneaky survivor pick that will not be sneaky. You are going to hear so many people say Tennessee in week 1 at home with Cam Ward and simply fading the Jets. And that way it's going to be like, I might not use Tennessee again this year. So let me cross them off. And I think it's going to be way too popular, and I'm probably going to run the other way. Mm-hmm. The Saints are catching 6.5 at the Lions. Chargers are laying 10.5 against the Cardinals. Well, there you go. That's with a bullet.
That's a big boy.
Yeah. This one might be popular in Survivor. The Raiders are 3 at home to the Dolphins. And then the other late games, Eagles 4.5 to the Commanders, Packers 1.5 at Minnesota. Sunday night, Cowboys 2.5 at the Giants. Monday night, Chiefs 3 at home against the Broncos.
Good.
So Chargers for sure. Jacksonville absolutely will be popular. And I'm going to say Tennessee and the Raiders as well.
Also looking forward to tonight, as you mentioned, with Humans, also with Warren Sharp. Remember he pointed this out last year? Teams with plus 7 days net rest edge. Seattle, 14 wins. Rams, 12 wins. Niners, 12 wins. Teams with negative 7 days net rest edge. Raiders, 3 wins. Washington, 5 wins. Saints, 6 wins. Mm-hmm. Who's going to benefit? And once that comes out, he'll be all over it as well. And the other story, and Derek, Mike, and Benson are in studio Tuesday, 2 o'clock Pacific, to announce their contest. But what the Thanksgiving slate and Christmas slate looks like, how difficult it is, and that you have some of these teams that play on both. 5 games Turkey week. The Christmas schedule's nuts. Remember, they want to go to 2 Black Friday games in the future, too.
They do.
So you get the tough Green Bay Rams Christmas Eve, Turkey Day Eve.
Uh-huh.
And then the 3 games that are on Turkey Day, which are tough. And then the Christmas Day schedule as well. And then the Black Friday, by the way, is Denver and Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. But these are tough games to pick, not to mention who you're going to use, because a lot of these teams play on Thanksgiving and the Christmas week.
Sure. So with that being a separate week here at Survivor or at Circa, it's just going to be how many teams do you keep? Right? You're not going to be able to keep all 6. 6 different teams are playing on both holidays, and you're probably going to have to keep 2, maybe more, based on injuries.
Yep. David Baker's ticked off.
Well, and here's the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Giants are beginning the season with 2 consecutive primetime games. And also, this is the run for the Steelers. Week 10, Sunday night against Cincinnati. Week 12, Black Friday. Week 13, Sunday night again against Houston. Week 14, Monday night against Jacksonville. That's late in the season, primetime standalone games that we're talking about. Imagine if Rodgers says, no, I'm done.
Yeah. Or hurt. That could happen too. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. That's too much Steelers.
Yeah, this was David Baker's tweet.
Well, yeah, it's like, say what you want about the Steelers. Not exactly great to watch.
Exactly. Well, that was his point. David Baker said, does the NFL even look at who is fun to watch and who is going to be good?
Okay, yes. Because I would say the Giants at least could be entertaining, but the Giants, every year, the horrible start, and they're out of it by October.
I know. Now, they had a lot of games that they blew last year or easily coulda, woulda, shoulda won. And maybe those will result in wins this year if they could actually stay healthy. But I don't know how this happens, but this is like the 3rd consecutive year, I think at least, where the Giants are looking at a really meat grinder of a schedule. Mm-hmm. And so it's not easy. Again, they have a ton of difficult opponents. And like that was going to be a team, like based on how they were playing last year when they were about as healthy as they could be. It's like, okay, let me look at the Giants for this season and find out who they're playing, because I'm going to want to bet them to win the division, the win total. And I saw their opponents. I'm like, I can't do that. Too tough.
Yeah.
They probably could have swept the Cowboys last year. That blown game at Denver against the Broncos was an all-timer. So they had good wins that they left out there. And so to me, if Dart can stay healthy, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about Neighbors. They get Scadaboo back with some of the recent draft picks that they have made. That at least they can be exciting to watch on TV.
No, they blew a lot of games.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why they let the DC go during the season. The Denver game, the Detroit game, should have won that.
That's another one.
That was with Winston. They blew a lot of games that they should have won, especially against good teams, and would have changed the whole outlook on the season. And did beat the Eagles.
The Bears game, right?
That's when he got hurt. They blew that game in the fourth quarter, right?
One of those games is the reason why the guy won the Westgate Survivor Contest for $5,000. He had 2 miracle wins, and we were down to 8 entries, and both entries got a miracle win in the same week. And then the week that the contest ended, 6 of us were on Tampa Bay. They lost, and this guy had one of his team's wins, so he took it down by himself, and he never should have been there.
Yeah.
And the Giants were a reason why.
What would you do Christmas? Look at Christmas Eve, Houston at Philly. Christmas, Friday, Packers, Bears, Bills, Denver, Rams, Seahawks. That's phenomenal. That is strong. Come on. How good are those games? This is going to be brutal.
Again, what are we going to get?
Between that slate and the Thanksgiving Day slate?
Put a number on it right now. How many people are going to win Survivor this year?
I don't think someone goes 20-0.
You don't think so?
No.
Well,
Because not only are the games so tough on Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's the fact that there are 6 of the teams both play.
That's
5 or 6, whatever it is.
No, I don't know what the guarantee is yet, but I'm going to guess we're going to have 20,000 people in it this year. Maybe that's low. Maybe they get to like 22,000. I don't know. So I think by default, you might just have a couple people lingering around at the very end. Because if you have enough entries in it, just like last year, when all those upsets happened on Thanksgiving, like 45 people still remained. Right? And they went the opposite way. But it probably won't be very many again to get to the very end. How do you even consider anything like that on which team you would want to go with right now on Christmas Day? It's impossible.
Yeah, there'll be a key injury too. I know. Detroit 7 at Caesars against the Saints week 1. Jacksonville 7.5 against the Browns.
7.5.
Week
Okay.
1.
Well, Jacksonville is also going to be very prime for a teaser. Captain Obvious saying hello here.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get involved with Jacksonville in week 1?
Oh boy, the Raiders are 3.5 at Caesars.
3.5.
Are we sure about this? It's still the Raiders. I don't care how bad Miami is on paper. It's still probably going to be Kirk Cousins and
yeah, right, exactly.
Or a guy making his first ever start.
Do we trust Malik Willis?
I would say it's more anti-Raiders.
And yeah,
but guess what? I know they shocked the world last year. This is how strange it was. The Patriots go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Raiders beat them to start the season, and then couldn't do anything in the rest of the season. And Geno looked good in that game at 300 yards.
Yeah.
All right, we're taking over the largest sports book in the world, June 13th, Beyond the Booth, 1 to 5. VSiN.com/Beyond the Booth. All you can eat, all you can drink. 3 World Cup matches, Brazil, Morocco, NBA Finals, Game 5, day baseball. Hanging out strong, 4 hours Beyond the Booth. Come down to Circa, June 13th, which is a Saturday. June 13th, Beyond the Booth, Circa Sports Experience, VSiN.com/Beyond the Booth. Come on down.
I'll use sneaky again here. Sneaky good sports day. They picked a good one.
I was stunned by that. Saturday night.
Yeah.
NBA Finals. And then the madness with the World Cup.
Up next, we'll discuss updated betting numbers at the PGA Championship. VSiN host Kelly Bidlin joins the program. We'll find out who he's looking at to add. Coming up next on Follow the Money, it's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Scotty Scheffler now 1 stroke back He is 2 under for the tournament through 10. You were screaming during one of the breaks. Why is that?
As I said, it's like rooting for the house of blackjack.
Okay. All right.
That's how I feel about it.
Well,
his dominance is impressive, but it's a unique leaderboard, and I hope it stays that way. And it's a nice leaderboard.
Well, correction. He's now tied for the lead.
Oh,
he just made a nice putt. 3 under for Scotty.
I'm afraid he could turn this into the Scotty Invitation.
Yeah, that's 4 birdies now in the last 6 holes. We go out to the Progressive guest line. Kelly Bidlin joins the program now. You hear him mornings at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern on our numbers game with Gil Alexander, and also one of the co-hosts on a very popular podcast here at VSiN called Long Shots. Hey, Kelly, how are you today?
Doing well, gentlemen. How are you? I'm doing better after a Scotty Scheffler birdie. I'm rooting for the house, apparently, Mitch. I'm rooting for the house this week.
How many different bets? Like, what was your approach with Scotty this week?
Yeah, it was. I thought you could make a lot of good arguments for outrights on the top of the board, but even just in the past couple weeks, I think that there were some guys. I could poke holes in some of their resumes. I think Morikawa stood out, but the injury concerns. I don't really know what you're getting from the live guys. I think that when you're here, Bryson DeChambeau talking about going to YouTube to play golf, your head's somewhere else besides being locked in the game, and that sure looked like it today. So look, we've seen these Scheffler numbers drift. I know it's unfair to kind of bring up some of the markets that we have in town, but Circa was 5-1. We had Boomers at over 5-1. So grab those and use some boosts, right? This is always great. Golf tournaments are great to use boosts. MGM had one of those as well. So I was able to get Scheffler, I think average price, I'm like 518 on the bets that I got down. So yeah, in on Scotty. And then that was really, I played him and then Cameron Young, only 2 outrights that I played. I played Cameron Young early last weekend.
There's a ton of guys at 1 under and some big names. I'll start with Spieth, Koepka, and Rahm. What do you think of how their round went and their chances coming up now?
Yeah, I think all 3 are live. There's some throwback names I think that are under par right now that I wasn't fully expecting. That after round 1, and you're kind of looking at some stats, man, I think there's some guys that you can lock in on. Obviously, Spieth would be an incredible story to complete the career Grand Slam. Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit out on him right now. Was betting him early in the season, but heading into this tournament with some shaky approach numbers in recent weeks, it kind of taken me off of him. And Rahm, like I said before, it's hard with these live guys to really know what you're getting, not only with what's going on with live, but competition is inferior that they're playing against. They're not playing as often, so you don't get to see it as much, and obviously at different times at night. But we know the caliber of player that Jon Rahm is. And we were talking a bit during the break, and Mitch brought it up. Absolutely. One of the best tee to green rounds out there, 4th in tee to green numbers, lost over a stroke to the field putting today. We expect some of those putting numbers usually to regress one way or the other with guys like that. So I think he would be someone at 1 under par if you wanted to look. I'm still a little skeptical about what Jon Rahm's win equity is coming back to some of these majors mixed in amongst the live tournaments. But if you wanted to go a live top 10 on him right now, I think that would be a heck of a bet. You're about even money on that right now.
Okay. The stuff on Koepka too. I mean, this was through 15 holes today. Mm-hmm. He gained 6 strokes ball striking at that point. And again, not every golfer had started yet. He was 66th in putting overall. Yeah. I think it's safe to say right now, currently speaking, he'd be the solo leader right now if he had a putter today.
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're right, Mitch. And then, the weather has been a part of the story here. The course, this is always interesting, right? We hit the Masters. We're talking about the same course every single year. Uh-huh. When we get these courses every 8 years, every 10 years, it's, we've got some numbers going into it. We think we know what's going to be important. And then, man, I thought this was one of those rounds today where it was, I gave them way too much credit for the wide fairways and really the undulations just in the fairways themselves, and some of these angles that these guys have had to hit balls off has looked very, very difficult. Pin positions. Jon Rahm said it kind of post round. I thought he had some interesting interesting comments on that early in the week, it sounded like there were rumors floating around the players that winning score was going to be 15 to 20 under par. And he kind of threw out there, hey, maybe the PGA heard that and decided to toughen this up about as much as they could here for the first round just to avoid that. But they very, very tough playing golf course so far through this first round.
Well, we love this. I hope it's like 8 or 9 under for the winner. Maybe Paulie's right, though, and it turns into the Scotty Invitational. What do you make of Justin Thomas right now? He's still out there. He's on 12 right now, I believe, but he's tied. He's got to share the lead as we speak.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. Another one that was higher on earlier in the season. I just haven't. He hasn't put together the results for me to really be confident going back. But man, I'm always a sucker for Justin Thomas. He's such a good player. I wouldn't hate anybody for going looking towards him. I'll tell you, the guy that's been slowly growing on me that I've been kind of dipping my toe in and out of betting him here over the past couple months, but he also had an injury flare up at one point. He's another big name, kind of an older guy too. Patrick Cantlay, even par. Cantlay, I think for years we've joked about the outright and win equity there, but I think he's another guy right now at even par, a live top 20 or something like that on him. I played him top 20 for the tournament before the tournament. I think he'd still be a good play right now at current price.
Do you want a future on Higgo? And what transpired today that you could say, that's pretty impressive to start with a 2-stroke penalty and you should have a share of the lead and you're able to bounce back. And maybe he's certainly aloof, though, with the 1 second is hard to define and I was on time, but I was late. These quotes are insanity.
I heard on PGA Tour radio in the car, his live interview. I could not believe some of the things that he was saying. It's just like, kind of like, I was over at the putting range, so like, it was just, none of it made sense. None of it tracked, Paul. It was like, it's not really my responsibility to be there on time. I'm not going to show up 10 minutes early. It's like, no, this is how it works. Every other PGA Tour player does it. Get in line. Very odd because it is a shame. I think like some of the other names near the top of the leaderboard, he's an extremely talented young golfer. And it's like, he's just lacked consistency over the beginning of his career. And it's, maybe if you're thinking that way, this is what's holding you back a little bit, Garrick. But yeah, I think to Paulie's point, I think there's some fun names on the leaderboard. I mean, Min-Woo Lee, he was a guy that had just not put together the ball striking numbers here recently to have me interested. But, in theory, this was a course that could fit him very well. Ryo Hisatsune was a great ball striker and probably the best Japanese player right now on the PGA Tour. With all due respect to Hideki Matsuyama, Hisatsune has had a heck of a season to start here. We know what Aldrich Potgieter has done before. Young guy, bomber off the tee. Is he going to be able to put it together for 4 rounds? Probably not. But yeah, I think there's some fun names near the top for sure.
Let me throw a couple more at you here. Some guys who are very popular going into this event did not have great rounds today. They were not awful, though, either. Like Ricky Fowler right now is almost 8-1 to finish top 5. He's plus 335, plus 340 to go top 10. Russell Henley around the same number. And one other guy, Jason Day's 84 to 1 to win this thing right now and 9 to 1 finish top 5. He's 1 under. I think I'm going to have to get involved in some Jason Day numbers.
Okay, Jason Day is a guy who seemingly all season long, I'm just checking right now, he's kind of rated out highly for me. Yeah, he was a top 30 at least kind of in my last 16 round model. So he's been rating out high for me all season, it feels like. And then, Ricky Fowler is a guy that I look 3 top 10 finishes coming into this event. Mm-hmm. I felt like he was a good swing high, aim high bet this week. I bet a top 10 on him at 4 to 1. That's probably where I'd still look. The approach stats, and really the big thing with him early in the season, he was playing very well, but the around the green and scrambling was a bit of a concern. And we knew that, or we thought that was going to be really important this week. I still think it's going to be important. He's improved in that over the past few tournaments he's played in. So he's really locked in right now. I do like Ricky Fowler to make some noise this weekend. And man, what a PGA championship it would be, right? If you had Jordan Spieth in the mix, Ricky Fowler in the mix, this is a dream come true for the PGA Tour if you got those guys over the weekend.
Yeah, you're not kidding. In about a minute left here, is there anybody that we did not bring up yet that you have your eyes on, or is that pretty much it?
Yeah, one other one I would throw out there, heck of a ball striker. I had a first-round leader bet on him. I don't think it's going to get home, but Kurt Kitayama is same thing. He's had around the green and on the green struggles, but we've seen this guy when he's at his best. He's about as good as anybody out there. A hell of a ball striker, really good driver, really good on approach. And with these greens being pretty tough to hold, he stuck out to me today. He's the other one I think if you're looking at a top 10, top 20, want to go a little bit longer. I might not be betting with outright, especially with Scheffler at the top. But one of those placement market finishes, I think, could be a good bet with him.
Very good. You can follow him on X at Kelly Bidlin. Listen to him mornings at 10 o'clock Eastern on a numbers game, and also the weekly PGA betting podcast that we have here at VSiN called Long Shots. It's awesome. Kelly, great spot. Thanks for the time, buddy, and best of luck with the tournament.
Yeah, you guys do. Thanks. Always happy to hop on, man.
Appreciate it. We'll look at some Major League Baseball futures coming up next. At least one award could turn into a great race loaded with like 7 or 8 contenders as we speak.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Paulie, to expand on the round today by Brooks Koepka, he was first in strokes gained with the ball striking, 127th in strokes gained putting. So he's 28-1 at DraftKings to win this thing. You can find plus money, obviously, for placements. Don't we have enough faith that the ball striking is going to be there the entire tournament? And that if the putting can actually correct itself and they start dropping a little bit, like he's going to be live?
Nothing's changed. I'd still like him.
Yeah, okay.
I think he's going to have a strong case here, unless Scotty runs away with it.
Well, that's the one
which
big
could
if.
happen.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a good email here, too. Kyle, ftm@vsin.com. I've been watching and listening every day since 2018.
Oh.
I live in Houston. Thank you. Travesty today. Went to a Buffalo Wild Wings in Houston for lunch to watch the PGA and Astros Mariners. Here's what was on the TVs when I sat down for lunch. NBA Network, Draft Combine Scrimmage, NHL Network, rerun of the Avs game, ESPNU, Women's College Lacrosse. Nowhere to be found. PGA Championship in the Astros game, and the bartender was wearing an Astros jersey. Me and the guy next to me, random guy, didn't know him, asked the bartender to put both on. He said, what channel? Came back 10 minutes later, said, I have to ask the manager to find the right stations. I can't figure it out.
Amazing.
It's this. What, the PGA snuck up on you? You know, and then the Astro game. He's in Houston.
He's in Houston.
He's got the
guy's
Astro
wearing,
jersey.
There you go.
I don't know where to find it.
Oh, man. It's just, it's always going to be astonishing to me. That's a great example. Hey, guys, we support the Astros here. Come and watch them. That is if my manager can tell me what station to get them on.
Well, yeah, the whole thing there is come on down, watch the game, and get some wings. and it's, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I got to ask for help. Sorry.
This, by the way, this will always be a problem. Right. This is never going to get corrected.
Oh, now with streaming? Forget it.
It'll only get worse.
Yeah. 2 NBA games on Amazon tomorrow?
Yeah,
absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So here's the market where, as of right now, we're talking about like 7 or 8 contenders, and I don't even know if Mason Miller would be considered. But the National League Cy Young race, if it holds up like this the entire year, I mean, it'd be like throwing darts to pick which guy's going to win. Skeens plus 155, shop around, might find some differences in him there. But when you look at the overall National League numbers, he's the short shot. Sanchez is plus 430. Ohtani is 6-1. Sale plus 850. When the Miz was putting on that masterpiece last night, he was still available at 12-1. And I'm staring right at it. Didn't bet it. He's down to plus 850 today. Burns for the Reds. Awesome again today. 20-1. Imanaga. Fantastic again last night for the Cubs. 25-1. Look at the Fangraphs numbers here. When you go on F-WAR, Paul Skeens is actually tied for third with Ohtani and Imanaga. He's behind Sanchez with a WAR of 2.0, and Mizorowski has a WAR of 1.9. And like every dude that I'm talking about right now has an ERA of around 2 or below. Like the Skeens ERA is 1.98. Sounds really good. Ohtani, a full run better, 0.82. Mizorowski is 2.12, and Sanchez is 2.11. Like, you're going to be splitting hairs here unless, like, how much will K's determine what's going to happen here? Because Mizorowski is striking out more than 14 per 9, and all three other guys here, Sanchez, Ohtani, and Skeens, are below 11 Ks per 9. I wish I had, like, great advice right now. I really don't. It's just going to be more fascinating to watch than anything else. And I think that some people at the end of the year, if he's in the mix, will have huge numbers on Mizorowski before the season. I was concerned about overall innings from him this year.
I'll state my case for the Phillies, 22-1. A lot of talent, good rotation, playing better ball with Mattingly. Although you forget about the division. Rays division, plus 350.
Okay.
The pitching's real. You don't go 17-2 with an ARA under 2 if you're not real. You're not Fugazi. Royals to win the division, plus 350. Central's a mess. Padres to win the division, plus 850. Ohtani has a down year at the dish, and they just can't get it going offensively. And there's more injuries to either position players or the staff. And the Padres, this mojo and 8th, 9th inning magic. I mean, they're like Human said, they're in first place. Tatis doesn't have a home run, and Machado's hitting $190.
And they have the hammer of God to close out games.
They do.
So that's big for them as well. I would say this. So if the Dodgers don't win the division, then, like, which team overall in Major League Baseball is a good bet to have the most wins? They can't have the most wins if they don't win their division. Would it be the Padres, or do you really want to get nuts and have some guts? I mean, can Tampa Bay lead Major League Baseball in wins?
That's my answer.
That's got to be a huge number.
Yes.
And I can't even imagine, because nobody was high on Tampa Bay before the season started.
The pitching's real.
What do you think that number was before the year? Triple digits?
In that division, huge.
Had to be.
Absolutely.
They were picked to finish last.
I don't hate the Pistons at 60-1. Will Bickerstaff figure this out, that I've got to play Paul Reed more? And I don't think we'll ever see this again, that a guy didn't play in the biggest game of the season until the fourth quarter, and he played all of the fourth quarter and all of overtime. And Duran was minus 16 for the game. And again, as I said during win-lose, he's only 2 baskets behind him for total points in the series, yet Duran's played 140 minutes, and he's played like 38 minutes, 40 minutes, rather. It's crazy. The other thing is, this isn't getting enough attention. He was at shoot-around, but Duncan Robinson didn't play. So it'd be typical Harden to bleep the bed now, and he's done it before, that he's looked so good.
Oh, sure.
He doesn't play well. They blow this, and Detroit would have home court. They swept the Knicks in the regular season, and can Bickerstaff figure this out, that I get Robinson back, I play more Paul Reed, Cade's been awesome, Jenkins has been good, don't blow a 15-point lead. My God, Harris has been good. You can't lose at home, up 9 with 2:30 left. I don't hate 60-1.
Well, you could also do like some exactas as well, where you could play like the Thunder over the Pistons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also think the only way, I changed my mind. I think the only way to attack this prop at DraftKings is Knicks over 6.5 losses.
They have how many right now?
They have 2.
2?
But if they play the Cavs, I still think the Cavs can get 1. And then it comes down to, do they beat the Thunder? So if they don't beat the Thunder, you win. Now, do they beat the Spurs? Maybe. But that's going to be still a tall task for San Antonio to get past OKC.
It would be. The Knicks can beat the Spurs. In fact, I'd probably bet them in that series if the number was right.
Yeah. How about the Aces, 4-1? They've won it 3 of the last 4 years, and is this real with Carter off the bench?
It looks like it might be.
We might look in a couple weeks and say this was asinine.
How they landed her?
And that they're back-to-back blowout wins, how they got this gal, and she's been phenomenal off the bench, and they're the
they've won 3 times.
3 times in 4 years,
And maybe they realized, like last year, they were playing with fire the entire time before they got hot. Because they were, what were they, Paulie, middle of the season, 100-1 to win the whole thing?
Yeah.
They were not good last year.
That's right. And Wilson getting the MVP.
By the way, I'm looking. I have updated odds right now for most wins in baseball. We're not betting the Rays. It's plus 950.
Okay.
That ship has sailed. The Braves are plus 210. The Braves are a great candidate to lead, obviously. They're running away with this division. They're absolutely stacked. But you want to bet plus 210 right now?
No.
The Brewers are 25-1. I'm intrigued by that number. I think the Brewers are going to be,
Montreal to win the Cup, 14-1. 5-1 to win the East. If there's a team that can beat Colorado or to get past Carolina as well, I think it's Montreal because of Dobish and that they can score. I'm still not there with Pekka Luukkonen.
Well, do you know what Buffalo and Colorado would look like? Every game might be like 7-4.
That'd be crazy.
Every game.
They're 12-1. And even and I don't hate Anaheim 20-1.
For what? To win the Cup?
That's to win the conference.
Oh, they'll get blasted by Colorado.
You think so?
Oh, I really do, yes.
Okay.
But I want to see that series
I thought
because
that would happen against Edmonton, though, too. And it's completely
Edmonton's not
played at the
Colorado.
back plate. No. But if you can score enough.
You would have to have a 7 on every game for the total, by the way. And maybe even make it 7.5 if they go flying over.
All right. Bobby Farrelly, comedic genius, coming up next. Driver's Ed drops tomorrow on Fandango Home. Can't wait to talk to Bobby. If you're looking for live streaming and replays from nearly any thoroughbred harness or greyhound track out there, check out RTN.TV, the Racetrack Television Network. They have more HD content than any other streaming service available on TVs, PCs, tablets, smartphones, Amazon Fire, RTN.TV. Code VSiN, first 5 days free. RTN.TV.
The jokes also have to write themselves about Mike Vrabel and the Patriots opening up the season in Seattle.